call. There's nothing else. Nothing else. We're just going to repeat what we talked about.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. So the line of questioning, this is for your realtor appointments when you meet with them. This questioning needs to happen after you've built rapport with the realtor. And I got beyond building rapport with agents because I mean, if you're spending more than a half hour with them in your first meeting, you're spending too much time. You just really are. So you need to set the stage that the meeting will literally last no more than 30 minutes. I always like taking out my phone and putting it on the table and hitting my stopwatch for 30 minutes. Truly, it was 30 minutes done and over with. Because I had more important things to do, or I had another meeting to go to, but I always put the realtor on notice that I did that I was not about just chit-chatting. So I'd always sit down and build rapport, find some kind of a connection, and then I'd go into the line of questioning, which was, so you know what, Mr. Realtor, I'm really trying to figure out for me how I can best provide the greatest amount of value to my realtors and to grow my business. And so I've come up with some things that I want to ask you, if you don't mind. I'd like to pick your brain. And every realtor's like, absolutely, you can pick my brain. So I go, okay, so what would you define in your business as a successful transaction?
If we close on time.
Yep. The borrower doesn't fire me, or they don't relist with another realtor, or I don't get fined by my real estate broker, or whatever the case is. Never have I heard a realtor look me in the eye and go, I would rather have a referral. The last time I did this presentation, I did it with a group of realtors, and the agents that went around the room that told me their definition, the broker was the only one that answered the right way. And I'm like, well, therein lies why you're the broker and they're not, which was kind of eye-opening for everybody. And so we moved past that. And so I go, just to be sure, every one of you in this room would choose to define a successful transaction as getting a referral before closing or after. But most of us would choose to have it before. Does anybody disagree that anytime you have a transaction that refers you during the process, whatever you're doing it well? And everybody raises their hands. So, all right, so we're on the same page with that. So if you had a choice, Mr. Realtor, would you rather work with a lead or a referral? And every realtor would say a referral. And I would go, well, why would you prefer to work with a referral? And I let them talk about all their definitions. And I always throw in there, well, how about that it's free? How about it's because you know you've done a great job with the client, right? I mean, that's probably the lowest hanging fruit out there. And most agents that I talk to don't really understand that referrals are free. I mean, that's pretty ingenious, right? You can grow your business for free. I mean, have you ever spent money on Zillow, Trulia, marketing, advertising? Yes. Wow. Okay. Yep. So let's just be clear before we go on any further. You believe that the definition of a successful transaction is a referral, and if you had the choice, you'd prefer to work with a referral. Absolutely. That's awesome. Because most of the realtors that I talk to out there, they don't think that way. So I only have one more question for you, and then you can ask me whatever it is that you want. What? It all depends.
Like what makes you referable? How would you say? Right. How do you best say that?
Yeah, sometimes it's as blatant as that, or I would go, so what makes you stand out from the crowd? What makes you different? Or you can just really boil it down to what makes you referable. And then before they answer, I always give them the answers that you and I both know that most people will say, because I don't want to waste my time anymore. I've heard that you're hardworking, you're dedicated, you're loyal, you're licensed, you work 24/7, you can market homes, you're on Facebook, you listed here. You just list all the stuff. The more information you can share with them at that point, the less they have an answer for you, which makes the answer you give them that much more meaningful.
Yeah, I love it.
So then when they look at you and then you go, well, so this is how we've grown our business. This is what we're about. We're very particular about the realtors we partner with because we know what makes us referable. And what makes us referable is communication. everyone understands that the number one reason why relationships in our business and transactions fail is because of lack of communication. And you can ask the realtor that, and they'd be like, yeah, agreed. Sometimes they lie, sometimes they don't call back, sometimes they misrepresent information, sometimes they don't know what's going on themselves. It all boils down to communication. And you guys can agree on that. So underneath this umbrella of communication, we have analyzed it, and we've broken it down into 3 core functions that our team does better than any other shop in the market that we're in. One is that the LOs that work for me and myself, we are awesome at consulting. We do a really good job of peeling away the layers of the onion and really get to the meat of what matters to a client. Like, we want to know what's the most important thing about this move for them, because we need that information to help prepare them for the transaction that they're about to get into. You and I both know that the realtors aren't good at that. They're horrible at that. They suck at consulting. Most of them can barely fill out a purchase agreement, let alone ask them questions that are thought-provoking and challenging. Okay?
I love it.
The next one of consulting is we're awesome at negotiating. My operations team, Gabby, Lacrice, and anybody else, we are phenomenal at negotiating all the different balls that are in the air, juggling all the different relationships and all the different processes and timeframes and all that. We're awesome at it. And then the last thing that we do that I believe is the number one reason why we get such a high rate of return of clients and referrals is because we are awesome at managing our clients' fears and expectations. And by clients, I mean title companies, listing agents, selling agents, buyers, and sellers. We are phenomenal at that. We have this Salesforce Jungo strategy. We do a better than anybody else process at doing this for clients. So when you ask me, because you should be asking me these same questions to determine if we're a good fit, you need to be asking me the question of what makes me referable to yourself, and I'll answer it for you, because I think that's a valuable question that you should leave here with. These are the things that we do. We're awesome at consulting, negotiating, and managing people's fears and expectations. If you're not working with a lender that provides your clients with that kind of experience, then the original 2 questions that I asked you, you're probably not getting the highest return on your investment that you could be. So the only question I have before we end the call today or end this meeting is, if you had the choice to refer a client that you wanted to earn a referral from, which one would you choose? Somebody that is crystal clear on their value, or somebody that just believes that closing alone is all that matters? And I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer to that. What I'm saying is you have to decide what you want out of your business. I have to decide what I want out of my business, and we're looking for those agents that are passionate about the 3 questions that I just talked about. And if you fit that, we'd love to have another conversation with you at a later date if it's something that you're interested in. If you would like to experience what we do, the best way for us to show you is think about one of the clients, or remember us the next time you have a client that you want to earn a referral from, that you really want to impress. Remember, our team is the best at earning the right, not only earning it, but asking for it and giving you the greatest chance of getting a referral during the process. Is it okay if we call you from time to time?
Boom.
Drop your mic, drop your pencil, pick up your keys, and walk out the door.
Oh my God. I can picture Aaron doing it.
I totally can.
Walk out.
I totally can. I can see him just flip his hair over his ear and be like,
I know.
Out.
I'm going to do the hair flip and do that. Oh my God. I want to do that.
Doug, thank you, Doug. And guess what? Our referrals are like, we were down at like a lifetime crisis low of 21 referrals, like what, 2 months ago? We were a little bit better last month. I think we got up to, what did we hit? Did we hit 36?
31
last month?
36, 31.
Well, we have 51, and I just got another one this morning, so 52 for this month. And we still got another day left.
Wow.
So thanks, like, guys, you guys are asking, and it's turning around. So awesome. Thanks. 52 is a lot of, like, that's a lot of referrals. That's like second best since I've ever started tracking it for 1 month.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And these aren't leads; these are referrals.
Wow. So let me, just from the standpoint of the number of people that you're talking to, how many of those referrals turned into, that will not possibly, give me a fact, will turn into paychecks out of the 51?
Well, Gabby, so how many, you guys, I don't have it in front of me, but is it color coded? I don't know. Like, Doug, it seems like we've been getting like 1 out of 10, honestly, or maybe 2 out of 10.
Okay. Have you thought about why?
Yeah, we get to improve. We get to improve on. I think we get to improve on staying in touch with the people who we've pre-approved already, because I've noticed an improvement in follow-up on clients and getting their documents, and we just implemented a new system that helps collect documents, which seems to be working really well. So I think really our biggest bottleneck and area where we get to improve is just staying in touch with our pre-approved pipeline, which I think we recognize that, and we have the plan.
Okay. So there are, and you've heard Scotty talk about this before, Aaron, possibly. There are 4 parts to a sale: traffic, relationships, call to action, and follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Who's managing the follow-up process?
So we really weren't keeping track of the pre-approved borrowers. Like, we had them, but it was sort of like laissez-faire. So now what we did is we broke up all of our pre-approved borrowers into pre-approved looking and pre-approved not ready. They're not ready to buy right now for whatever reason. They're a waiting period, or their lease is still going. So I haven't really broken this out to the team, because we've been redistributing who does what task since Cindy's not with us anymore. But my plan on this was to be the loan partner who was dealing with it. It'd be like an every Thursday type activity, just to reach out to those pre-approved lookings.
Yes, Latrice and I have actually been calling them then, and converting some of them over.
Here's the benchmark. You guys need to be batting 30%.
Okay.
That's the benchmark that you need to be targeting. My career, I averaged about 36 to 37%, and that really needs to be a number between 30 to 40% is your target. Referrals from high quality realtors and from referral partners and from past clients and current clients, you should expect a 1 out of every 3. If you're not getting that, then you need to analyze the data and analyze if the borrowers are being qualified and they're going someplace else. If they're not qualified and you can't help them, are they on the drip campaign? And then see, are they just never going to be qualified or never call you back? So you got to analyze the data, because there's a good amount of ROI that you're losing out on for some reason that you'd have to dig into your business and really analyze. And I would not take that lightly. 50 referrals should yield you 12 to 13 closings.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're on that main project going on right now in the office. So
good.
See,
squeeze it all out, buddy. You've got it. You just got to make the most out of it. Because think about this for a second. If you're generating 30% return on your referrals and you want to close 20 loans a month, you don't need to do 90 referrals. You only need to do 60. So get more efficient with the business that you already have, increase that number to a more manageable and respectable number, and then back into how many referrals do we need to get to close X.
Yeah. it's and a lot of I have to reevaluate some of the realtors that I'm working with because
Right.
Chris, for example, Chris has a much higher ratio.
Right.
Chris is like he's at like freaking 50%. It seems like.
Bingo.
Wow, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm
Doug,
gonna stop the recording. I'll send you the link. Look at it, read it, and then I'd love to hear about the success.